In the last video I did, I showed you how to very quickly set up the configurator so you could use the CMR keyword, close modal refresh. If you've not seen that, then check out the link in the top of the video. So revisiting this now, with the KTL configurator, what we did was tick the boxes for including the loader and then including the app info and show KTL info. We then switched off every other one of the main feature switches, but in this video I'd like to show you this one here, which is a dev info pop-up, and how useful it is. So let me jump in and show you how this works. If you watched the previous video, you would have copied and pasted the KTL code in, and this part here is the loader, and then the two switches that we left on were these two, the show app info and show KTL info, and that is this in the top right hand corner. This is the app info version 1 and the KTL version 29.3. So the great thing is you don't need to go back and copy the configuration again. You can simply come down and turn these switches back on. These are the ones that we switched to off, so false, and we're just going to turn this one back on, so it's the dev info pop-up, and mark that as true. If you are a Knack developer, I appreciate that not everybody that watches these are, but this will hopefully speed up your building considerably. So once you save that, go back to your live app and do a refresh, and initially you won't see anything visible. Nothing's changed, but now if you move your mouse down onto a component and hold down on your keyboard the shift and control keys at the same time, you will get this dev info pop-up pane. Now, just to walk you through what this does, this is telling you a huge amount of information about your application. So if you're a developer, you'll be aware that every page is called a scene, and on a scene you have different views. So the icons here, this enables you to copy the scene. So if I click on that and just paste that into a Word document, it's just copying the word scene 3. More importantly, you can click on this, which is a link to that scene. So if I paste that in, this will link you straight to this scene in the builder. So that's the URL for this scene. So if I was to go to my pages and paste that into the top of the URL, that will navigate me straight to that page in the builder. So I don't have to try and find it inside the tree structure on the left hand side. Now, with many applications, they get really complex fairly quickly with lots of pages. So this is a really quick way to find things. So going back, we've got scene and we've got the view. So you can copy the actual word, you can copy the link, and the last one, the Knack icon, will take you directly to it by opening another tab. That is, for me, this is my kind of least preferred version, because you can end up with multiple pages of your builder open. As you see at the top here, we've opened another tab. So personally, I tend to just use the copy the link and then go into an existing page that I'm already using, paste that in, and then it will navigate me to the correct page. So working through the list, we've got the ability to find a scene. We can locate a view. This is the client table, so it's telling me that in my table structures, if I go to my data, I'm on the client table. The object for the client table is object number 1. So if I was to look in the URL, you can see here this is object number 1. It tells me I'm also on field 7 of object number 1. If I click away from this, or as it says here, escape to close, if I escape to close, it's the address field. So Control and Shift to bring that back again. So the address field is field 7 in object 1. So if I go back to my client's object and toggle on the labels, I can see here that the address is indeed field 7. Yes, field 7. The last thing is the record ID. Now, this isn't something that's natively exposed in Knack, but this particular record is ending 118C. So if I was to view this record for David Cameron, now I'm inside the record, you'll be aware that in the URL at the top it will show the record ID, and as you can see that ends in 118C. So I'm going to go back and do Control and Shift again to bring my pop-up. So I'm on a different one here, but I can also copy the actual contents of this cell. So if I copy that, and that will give me the address, which is the contents of that cell. So this is really useful for navigation. If I show you another example, if I go into my pets page, now I'm in the pets page and I go into Trevor and I'm inside this record and I wanted to find out where these checkups are coming from. So Control and Shift, and I can see that this is view 186. It's coming from my checkup table, so that's my object. So I copy the link to the object, go into my data section and paste that in, and that will take me straight into my checkups object. Now I appreciate I don't have a huge amount of objects here, but that saves quite a bit of time. Conversely, I might just want to locate the particular scene or view. So this is view 186, so I can copy the link to view 186, go into my pages section, paste that into the URL, and that will locate me straight onto the view on the pets page. So I'm now on my checkups page. So really quickly able to navigate, and then I can obviously go back a level and I can see where I am on this page in the structure. If I then come down to the actual data here and do Control and Shift, because this is a connected field, this is a connection, who completed it is connected to my accounts object, it's actually showing me here what it connects to. So I could click on my link here and go to my data, paste that in, and that will show me the record that it's actually connecting to in my accounts object. So this is my accounts object, and it obviously brought up the record it's connected to. So lots of really useful information here, and you can, if I press escape, if I hold the Control and Shift key down, Norman's updated this recently, so I can keep holding the Control and Shift key down and move my mouse around, and it will pop up the info pane for each field, every view, every scene as I move my mouse around. So a really super quick way to be able to navigate your app and work out where you are and copy your information to your clipboard and then paste it back in. I hope you found that quick walkthrough of use. The Dev Info pop-up is a tool that initially I didn't use, and Norman convinced me to persevere with it, and now I could honestly not work in Knack without that information. It makes my workflow so much better. If you've got some value from this, please give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. Most people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. I really appreciate it if you'd hit the subscribe button. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.